Tower and another installment of Distory, a monthly series where I talk about a significant event in the history of Disney parks and resorts on the day that it happened. On this day in Distory, back in 2008, we welcomed Toy Story Midway Mania to Disney's Hollywood Studios here in Orlando. Toy Story Midway Mania is somewhat similar to Buzz Lightyear's Space Ranger Spin and Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters, respectively, in the sense that it is a ride-through video game featuring some of your favorite characters from the Toy Story films. In this attraction, guests wear 3D glasses and sit 2 people per row, back to back, in cars that hold up to 8 people as they travel through different rooms that hold screens that display games similar to those found on the Midway at a carnival, but featuring Buzz, Woody, and friends, of course. Disney first announced plans for this attraction at a press conference at Walt Disney World back in January of 2007. Disney stated that this was the first time ever Imagineering created an attraction for Disneyland and Walt Disney World simultaneously, though Disneyland's version of the attraction did not open until June 17th of the same year. This attraction is one of the most technologically sophisticated attractions that Disney has ever created, and it cost approximately $80 million to develop and build. Most of the parts of the ride's control system are from either Hewlett-Packard or Siemens, both of which have previously sponsored attractions for the Walt Disney Company. This ride is controlled by 3 separate components. There's one control system for the ride vehicles, one for the screens that the games are being played on, and another one specifically for the special effects used throughout the ride. More than 150 PCs are used to operate this attraction, including one individual HP computer for each of the 56 screens used throughout the ride to display the games. Each of the game screens also has a tracking system that allows them to know the exact location of the ride vehicle in relation to the screen. This ensures that no matter where the vehicle ends up stopping, it does not affect gameplay in any way. Additionally, there are sensors in the shooters that are attached to the car, which communicate the exact orientation of the shooter to the game screen. These control systems can also tell if a vehicle has been in one location longer than it should be, such as if there's a delay loading or unloading a vehicle. If the system senses such a delay is happening, it will launch a non-scoring version of the game that was already being played, so it allows you to continue to entertain yourself while you're just sitting there in the car, but it prevents you from getting any points, so that you don't have an unfair advantage against other guests that may not be sitting in the same spot for as long as you are. Another awesome feature of this attraction is that since much of it is software-based, they can pretty easily make changes to it to incorporate new characters or scenes as they see fit. One of the original games featured on this attraction was called Bo Peep's Balloon Pop. I can't say that without laughing. But in 2010, when Toy Story 3 came out, Disney replaced this game with a new game called Rex and Trixie's Dino Darts, which is very similar to the previous game, but now features a new character from Toy Story 3. But I think the coolest part about this is that now when we get Toy Story 4, there's potential for them to update this game yet again so that we have characters from that film as well. So I think that's pretty fantastic. Another advanced piece of technology that was developed for this attraction is the huge Mr. Potato Head animatronic that's in the queue. The animatronic is voiced by the late Don Rickles, who also voiced Mr. Potato Head in all 3 Toy Story films. This animatronic is one of Disney's most impressive in that it can identify guests that are waiting in the queue and have dialogue with them, in addition to singing and telling jokes. At Hollywood Studios, Toy Story Mania is one of the only rides that does not have a height requirement, which means it's one of the only rides that the entire family could ride together. Let's also keep in mind that Hollywood Studios doesn't really have very many rides to begin with, and this ride is super awesome. These factors combined caused wait times for Toy Story Mania to be really insane. It was not uncommon at all to find a 2-hour wait for this attraction, and it was extremely rare if you ever saw it under an hour, even when the park first opened or very close to park closing. On March 5th, 2015, Disney announced that they would be adding an additional track to this attraction so that more guests would be able to ride it, which would drastically shorten the wait time. And for the most part, the wait time has become much more manageable. So thank you for that, Disney. Much appreciated. In Disneyland, the attraction originally had a single rider line, but they removed it on January 1st of 2010. Disney announced on January 11th of this year, though, that the ride would officially start offering Fast Pass, which is fantastic. Speaking of Fast Passes, here at Walt Disney World for Epcot and Hollywood Studios, and now for Animal Kingdom with Pandora opening, our Fast Passes work on a tiered system. So if you want to ride the most popular rides, you have to pick between the most popular rides for one Fast Pass, and then you can use your other 2 Fast Pass options for lower tier rides that are not as popular. So at Hollywood Studios, Toy Story Mania is in the first tier, which means you have to choose between Toy Story Mania, Rock and Roller Coaster, Beauty and the Beast Live on Stage, Fantasmic, or Great Movie Ride. Now, most people would argue that the 2 main choices here are Toy Story Mania and Rock and Roller Coaster, but that's still a really tough decision for most people to make. So that's a little unfortunate, which is also part of why our wait times for it are so long. Toy Story Mania's extreme popularity on both coasts of the US inspired Disney to take the attraction internationally as well. On July 9th, 2012, Toy Story Midway Mania also opened in Tokyo DisneySea in their American waterfront section. Additionally, this attraction went on to inspire a video game, also called Toy Story Midway Mania, which was released for Xbox 360, Wii, and PlayStation 3 by Disney Interactive Studios. Toy Story Midway Mania is one of the most advanced and impressive attractions that Disney has ever created, and it has become a beloved classic at theme parks around the world, and that is why it is an important part of our Distory. If you guys enjoyed this installment of Distory, please don't forget to hit the thumbs up for me. Also, make sure you vote in the poll up in the cards to help me decide what June's Distory topic will be. And as always, for more magical Disney content, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you guys so much. Have a magical day, and I will see you real soon. Bye!